Hey YouTube, it's Marita Joyce and I'm back with another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about a do not finish list. So I was going through my Goodreads TBR and I have a lot of books on my TBR. I think it's over 1,000 books and I really want to read these books. I don't know if I'll ever get to all of the books, but a part of having a TBR is, to me, it's just as much fun like creating the list of books as it is reading them. So I don't care if I ever get to all of the books that are on my list. Like, I have fun. Like, I enjoy creating lists. I'm so ashamed to admit that, but I do. I'm a list person. I love creating lists. So when I'm looking around and I'm discovering these books, it's so much fun to me to create the list. So I don't really care if I get to all the books. I just like having them like organized, compiled, like, you know, I can go there and I have this huge selection that I can choose from. So that's the excitement of that. However, I do want to enjoy the books that I actually do read. Like the books I pick up and I get in my hand, I want to enjoy those books. And here recently, since I'm starting to read so many more books, I think right now on average I'm reading 3 to 5 books at a time. Like, you know, read a few chapters, put that book down, read a few chapters, put that book down, read a few chapters. I'm doing that and I'm loving it. I'm loving exploring all those different books at once. And I know some people say they can't keep all of that in their brain. You know, they can't, they start to mix up the stories and things like that. But my brain keeps everything very organized. I never get confused about characters. I never get confused about which book was this about or that. Like, they're completely kind of different books. So I don't ever get confused about those kinds of things. So I can really enjoy doing that. I know some people can't. So what I decided to do, I'm sorry, I'm rambling here a bit. I decided to create a did not finish list. Now, if you're like me and you're a goal-oriented person, and like, I can kind of feel guilty when I don't complete my goals. I generally complete, if I set out to do something, I complete it. It may be years later, but I have to complete it because there's that constant pressure to finish it. Just finish it, you know? And generally when I'm like, when I'm procrastinating, it's probably something I don't enjoy that much, but it's a goal I set and I just have to do it. But I found that with books, I sat down and I thought about it and I said, you know what? I'm only given a certain amount of time on this earth. Like, I'm not going to live forever. And I enjoy reading so much that I want to truly enjoy it when I'm doing it. I don't want to just be reading books just for the sake of saying that I read it. So the first book on my did not finish list is going to be We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Now, I know some of you guys really love this book. And the reason I know that is because I chose this book because so many people said that it was a great book. I, however, did not enjoy this book. I started reading it. I found myself just drudging through it. And I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't really get into the book. Like, I didn't become one of the characters. I didn't feel like I was inside of the book. And I just found myself wanting to constantly put this book down and start another book that I had waiting for me. So yes, I will pass this book along to someone who will enjoy it a lot more than I do. The next book on my did not finish list is Martin Luther, The Man Who Rediscovered God and Changed the World by Eric Metastasis. Now, this book I'm sad about. I'm actually sad that I did not finish this book. And I'll tell you why. I started reading this book and I was actually learning things from this book, like, that I never knew. That, you know, they had in this book that Martin Luther King Jr., the Martin Luther Senior, I'm sorry, actually changed his name and his son's name, the most famous Martin Luther King Jr., based on this Martin Luther. Now, I don't know if that's true, but I did read that in this book and I thought it was very interesting. So the other thing that made me feel a huge amount of regret about not finishing this book is, look at the maps in this book. This is a beautifully written book. It has a chronology there. It's very well organized. It has beautiful, beautiful pictures inside. I'll show you guys a few of the pictures inside. There's all kinds of interesting things in this book that I feel like I said, I feel just disappointed that I didn't like this book. And I honestly don't really know why. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful artwork. I honestly didn't know why I didn't like the book. All I know is that I did not feel myself forgetting that I was reading the book and becoming a part of the book. And to me, that is the best judge of if a book is good to me. And that never happened with this book. I would find myself reading it and I would feel like I'm just sitting here reading a book, just kind of watching myself read a book. And that's never the way I want to experience a book. I wanted to become a part of my books. And that didn't happen here. However, it doesn't take away from this book. I think this is a great book. Beautiful, beautiful artwork in this book. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And I think it's a good book. You know, it's just not the book for me. So, beautiful, beautiful pictures. All kinds of stuff in this book. So this was more of a history book. And I'm saddened that I did not like this book. But like I said, there's a limited time on this earth, and one of the things I enjoy doing most is reading, and I just cannot, I just cannot do it. I just cannot waste time reading books that I don't enjoy, and just for the sake of saying that I read it. I had to reconcile my perfectionistic, goal-oriented list wanting to complete self with myself that is not gonna live forever. Sorry, I have lipstick on my teeth. And I just came to the conclusion that the best thing to do was to just create this did not finish list. And what I did was, because I wasn't completely sold on it, because I was still feeling like, oh my God, why don't I just finish the books? Like, it's not going to be that hard to just finish them. I created a did not finish / reference / something else category to put these books into. I guess that was to help me feel a little bit better about not having finished them. Like, oh, I referenced them or whatever, you know. So I guess I just wanted to make this video for those of you who are out there who are like me and you love to create lists. Like my TBR list, I know some people might look at it and be like, what? She has over 1,000 books on here and it's still growing. Like, she's never going to get to all these books. And I may not ever get to all of those books. But for me, a part of the fun is creating the list. I'm so ashamed to admit that. A part of the fun is creating the list. Like, I actually enjoy categorizing and creating the list of my books. So I'm pretty obsessed with that and doing that. And I enjoy, like, I'll get on Goodreads, I'll look at the reviews, I'll read through the reviews, I'll find the book, I'll put it on my list, I'll categorize it where it needs to go, and it's there. And I actually love pulling up my Goodreads when I'm in Barnes & Noble or I'm in another bookstore and I'm looking for that next good read and being able to just go through all of those books and see what's there. So that's a part of the fun for me. However, the did not finish list had to happen. And I know if some of you guys are like me and you're very goal oriented and you just have to finish things and you're obsessed with books and you love books, I would encourage you to create that did not finish list because it's so liberating. Like, now I don't feel as much pressure. Like, I could get a book, start reading it, and I know in the back of my head I'm always thinking, if you're not enjoying this book, you can always put it on the did not finish list and you can move on to the very next book. And so I really love having that freedom, and I've freed myself up and I just feel so much better about it. Like, I'm very excited to start the new books. I'm reading, let's see, what am I reading right now? Right now, I want to start on Eleanor Oliphant, I think it is Completely Fine. I haven't started that yet. I'll probably start that one next month. But I'm currently reading I Am Not My Father's Son, I think it is. I'm reading From Babylon to Timbuktu. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a hard time pulling these up. I haven't had my coffee yet. And I'm still reading the Danielle Steele book that I was reading before, and I'm reading I Hope I Messed This Up as well. So I'm reading all of those books. Oh, and Hillbilly Elegy. I'm reading that one as well for my book club read. So I'll tell you guys about those. And the reason that I'm able to read all of those other books that I'm really enjoying is because I created that did not finish list. Trust me, guys, if you haven't done it, please do it. It's very liberating. All right, and that is it for this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. Bye.